Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the Yalkut Yosef friends. Halacha of Shabbat. We've been talking, this is already the 26th installment. I'm going to get ready just inside my place over here and show you some of the scenes right behind me before we start off the session of a beautiful park here in Israel, here in the city of Bet Shemesh, as we get ready to energize the afternoon with some Halachot of Shabbat, of the laws of Sabbath. At the moment we talked about how to display the honor of Shabbat with our intrinsic things that we might have in the previous session, and today we're going to talk all within regards to candles and many of these magnificent topics within regards to Halacha Shabbat. So I'm just getting the angle, the position of the camera, friends, as we get started over here. Enjoy the views of Israel as we get started. And by the way, I like to go to different locations for every single class I do over here. I'll just, in the meantime, as I'm preparing, show you some of the scenes of gorgeous Israel over here. Nothing like it. As we get started here on this fantastic Tuesday afternoon, the 28th of Tevet, at the time of recording. I'm just getting my things here. This actual road over here is called Nachal Luz. Luz is a name that we very much use. We've heard of a lot inside the Torah. Last time we spoke about displaying the sanctity of Shabbat in a home, and today we are actually speaking about kindling lights in honor of the Shabbat. That's going to be our session today. Let's get the position straight as we get ready. I'm just going to find somewhere else, and we'll get this started over here. Nothing like learning the halachot of Shabbat. Very, very important thing to do, friends. I'll leave it here. Okay, that's good, perfect. You can see nice greenery and tree behind me. Kindling the lights in honor of Shabbat. That's what we are talking about today, friends, in the thing. It was actually our sages that instituted the mitzvah obligating us to have lights in our homes on the Shabbat evening, respectively. They placed great importance. I'll just move this a bit more and just be back. They placed great importance on this mitzvah and added that even if one has no funds with which to purchase food or lighting, one must go even begging door to door to obtain money. Our sages state there are three matters for which a woman is liable to, God forbid, perish at childbirth. For being careless with regards to kindling the lighting of lights is one of them. That's how severe it is, how important it is to light the candles of Shabbat. The Gemara actually relates over that Rabbi Huna regularly passed by the home of Rabbi Avin on Friday evenings and noticed that his household excelled in fulfilling the mitzvah of lighting up the home for Shabbat. He commented, "I am certain that two great scholars will come from this home." Many other things can be noted on it. And what's interesting, that Rabbi Eliezer Papo from the book of the Pele Yoetz actually says, one must stand guard and encourage women to kindle the lights while it is still day. Why is this? Sometimes they are busy preparing and beautifying the house, and maybe not doing the most important things in their eyes are very significant, and because of that they might delay kindling the lights over here. It's very important that one kindles the lights for Shabbat. So friends, we're talking about the importance of lighting lights for Shabbat. It's a long session. Let's see how far we can go here today on this fantastic day as we go. We are in Siman 263, friends, in Halakha Aleph, Yalkut Hadlakat Nerot Shabbat. We're now in Aleph, the first one. I'm going to say in Hebrew and English as I go along. Mitzvah v'divrei sofrim להדליק נר בערב שבת ויהיה זהיר במצווה זו ולעשותו נר יפה דאמר רב הונא. Okay, there's a mitzvah from Sofrim, from the sages instituted, to kindle a light in one's home just before Shabbat begins. One must take care to fulfill this mitzvah under all the different circumstances. It's very, very important. And to use an attractive lamp over here. We want to have something nice to come into Shabbat. Okay. Hargil bener. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Ner be'erev Shabbat v'yeh zahir mitzvah zo v'lasoto ner yafeh d'amar Rav Huna. Hargil bener havyan yain le banim talmidei chachamim. What's it saying over here? Rav Huna said, quoting Shabbat, Daf Chav Gimel over here, 23, that one who regularly fulfills mitzvah of Shabbat lights will merit to have sons who are Torah scholars over here. That's how great it is, this mitzvah of Hadlakat Nerot Shabbat. If you want to have great Torah scholars, this is V'ra'oi le'isha litpalel achad laka she'Hashem yitbarak yiten la banim talmidei chachamim me'irim b'Torah ki b'sha'a tasya mitzvah atfilah nishma'at yoter. It's important that after the woman lights the candles on Shabbat, she gives a tefillah. She closes her eyes and davens to Hashem that Hashem... Sorry, just the connection went there again. The connection issue. I hope this is going to be better. Okay, just stand back again. So it's very important that the woman is going to close her eyes and daven to Hashem that Hashem is going to bestow on her, Bezrat Hashem, children that will be sons that will be great Torah scholars also. At the time of performing a mitzvah, especially of Ladlakat Nerot, the prayer can be answered even better. Okay, Halacha Bet over here. Mi'ikar din dai ladlik ner echad. It's from the Halacha prescribes just only a minimum of one light, lichvod Shabbat, for the honor of Shabbat. מכל מקום, מנהגנו, להדליק לפחות שתי נרות, אחד כנגד זכור ואחד כנגד שמור. Our custom is to light two candles, one כנגד זכור, the remembrance of Shabbat, and one כנגד שמור, the guarding of Shabbat. וכל המרבה בנרות לכבוד שבת, הרי זה משובח. The more we are going to light candles for the honor of Shabbat, the more praiseworthy the person is. ויש הנוהגות להדליק שבעת נרות או יותר. There are those that actually have a custom of lighting at least 7 candles. There are those that will light the amount of candles or the amount of people that are in the household. And when another baby is born, which Be'ez Hashem, we hope anyone looking to have more children is going to be answered, an extra light is going to be lit. And Gimel, number 3, over here. Isha she Nahaga ladlik b'erev Shabbat zayin nerot lachatchila. A woman regularly will light 7 candles lachatchila. Ein la lehechit mispar nerot. She shouldn't downgrade light less. She shouldn't change her custom and light less lights. V'tzricha lamshich minhaga ladlik sheva nerot. She should continue lighting 7 nerot. She shouldn't cancel this. V'im rotze levatel minhaga. If she wants to change it and maybe light 2 candles per Shabbat instead. She should do Atarat Nedarim within regards to this matter in front of 3 competent men. Okay, what's it saying here? Maybe first of all, just to say, it could be because of economic reasons, other reasons why she might want to light less candles. She should go to 3 men and she should declare before them that she regrets that she did not say Bli Neder. I accept this practice without the force of a Neder. When she first began this practice, if she's starting it, she just said Bli Neder just to cover her bases. Yeah, sorry, just connection. She should always say Bli Neder before she takes upon a practice upon herself. Nachan yoteh shetzeh atara b'fnei gimel. Al shelo amra b'tchila shenahaga ken Bli Neder, because she didn't say the words Bli Neder. V'im mebatelet minhaga b'ofen chad pami. If she, for one time, doesn't do it, kagon shnimtzad b'bayit beit cholim v'yeh sham rak shtei nerot, because she was in the hospital and there's only 2 lights for her. If it's a one-time thing, then you don't have to do Hatarat Nedarim, and that's the case of it. And so it's important that if a woman has over here, if she is starting this custom, she should say Bli Neder within regards to this, and shouldn't take upon herself a binding neder the whole time. And when she is going back to the hospital, if she is going to the hospital and there's only 2 lights, she can give birth, Bezrat Hashem, or something like that. 2 lights will suffice, and then you go back to return to the custom of your house afterwards. Okay, Halacha Dalet over here. We're talking about a poor person over here within regards to it. Afil oni she'en la lo. If someone is poor, still you're obligated within regards to lighting candles. It's important, even if they have nothing to eat, obligated still to light in honor of Shabbat. He must even go begging from door to door until he raises enough money to acquire oil or a candle for this mitzvah for the sake of Oneg Shabbat over here. ושואל על הפתחים ולוקח שמן או נר מדליק שזה בכלל עונג שבת. ואם אין ידו משגת לקנות נר לשבת וגם לקידוש, נר שבת קודם. What takes preference? The lights for Shabbat or wine for kiddush? The ner of Shabbat takes precedence. V'kadesh al apart, and then the kiddush you will do on the bread, on the chalot. ואם יש לו חשמל, אין צריך לחסה על הפתחים לקנות נר, אלא יברך על החשמל. If it's a case scenario over here where you've got electrical lights over here and you've got the bread, the wine and everything else, over there you can say the blessing, you may recite the blessing on the electric light, and in this case you're not going to have to beg at all for the candles. If you've got no money, you can use the electricity. Okay, halacha number 8 over here. We're talking about Shabbat or Hanukkah, which takes preference. We only came out of Hanukkah only 4 weeks ago around, so let's learn this. Mi she'en lo ela ner echad bilvad, או כגון שנמצא בבית האסורים, someone's only got one candle and they found themselves inside the prison or somewhere like that. והוא בערב שבת של חנוכה, it's Shabbat evening, it's about to be Shabbat and it's Hanukkah, ידליק הנר לחנוכה עם הברכות ואת האור החשמל ידליק לצורך נר שבת. Okay, so he should use it for the mitzvah of Hanukkah lights, the Yalkut Yosef says, and he should rely on his electric lighting fixture for the mitzvah of Shabbat lights. He may even recite the blessing for the mitzvah of Shabbat lights before switching on the electric light. Over here, seemingly. Okay, ואת אור החשמל ידליק לצורך נר שבת. ורשאי אף לברך על הדלקת נר חשמל, להדליק נר של שבת. Okay, and he should say the bracha there. ואם אין לו אור חשמל ויש לו רק נר אחד, if there's no electrical light and there's only one light here, one candle, יש מי שאומר שבזמן הזה, שבלאו הכי מדליקים בבית, ידליק הנר לצורך נר חנוכה, ויעלה לו גם לשלום ביתו, שלא יתקל בכיסא וכתום, ויש חולקים. ואם יש לו שתי נרות, ידליק נר אחד לנר חנוכה, ונר אחד לשבת, אף אם הוא בליל שתיים ולאה של חנוכה. Okay, friends, what's it saying over here? Okay. Okay. One of the reasons why we have the light to illuminate is to illuminate the house, so the way he goes, he will not trip onto things or bump into things, and that's one of the main purposes of kindling the lights over here. Other poskim disagree with this and rule that one must kindle the Hanukkah lights out by the doorway or the window, even though it will not illuminate the house. Say you've got this only one candle over here, you still got to mefarsem the miracles of Hanukkah by doing it by the doorway. You're not going to benefit though in the house. You could trip up on things and all those things. Some of the rabbis say no, mefarsem anes, publicizing the miracle of Hanukkah is more important. If one has enough material to kindle 2 lights, he should use one for Hanukkah and one for Shabbat, regardless of which night of Hanukkah. So even if it's the second night of Hanukkah, where you're going to need 2 lights, or it could be the first one, you need the shamash and the light, one for Shabbat, one for Hanukkah, seemingly. Okay, halacha vav, friends. המדליק צריך שידליק רוב היוצא מן הפתילה שבנר, כדי שהאש תעלה יפה מיד כשסילק ידו מדלקה. Okay, when kindling the Shabbat lights, one must hold the flame to the wick until the fire has taken hold of the majority of the wick, and so it will already be burning brightly as soon as one removes the match or lighter from the wick. Okay. ואין צריך להבהב הפתילה קודם הדלקה, and it's not going to be necessary over here there's no obligation to singe the end of the wick before kindling the lights. That's not going to be necessary over here. ואף על פי כן יש שנהגו להדליק הפתילה ולכבותה קודם הדלקה כדי שתהא מחורכת ויאחז בה או יפה. Okay, even so, some people have the custom to kindle the wick and extinguish it immediately, so that when it is time to kindle the Shabbat lights, the wick will quickly catch a flame over here. Okay, now we are on Halacha Zayin over here. Now we're talking about a case over here. If the lights are extinguished prematurely over here. Isha shadlikat nerot Shabbat. A woman is lighting the Shabbat candles. V'cha mispar rega'im madlaka kavua nerot. She's lit it, and all of a sudden the lights of the candles has become switched off because of the wind or whatever. If you realize that it's still not shkiach chama at this point in time, you can actually go back and light the candles again, but without a bracha. If you're not sure, there's a suffix, there's a doubt whether it's at the time of shkiach chama, then don't light the candles over here because of the worry of chilul Shabbat. Ve'im kibla Shabbat befeirush, or she mibnot Ashkenaz, הנוהגות לקבל עליהם שבת בהדלקה, טעמה לבני הבית שלא קיבלו עליהם שבת להדליק את הנרות. If there is if someone has already accepted Shabbat upon themselves, befeirush, or is from Ashkenazi family following those customs, she can actually go to someone else in the house who hasn't accepted Shabbat upon themselves and tell them to light the candles to them. ויש אומרים שגם בנס של חנוכה שמדליקים בערב שבת, אם קבוע נרות צריך לחזור בהדליקם בעוד יום. If before Shabbat's come in, you're lighting the Hanukkah candles and it's come out of themselves, then you can light it again. ומכל מקום עיקר הדין, גם בערב שבת, אם קבעו נרות חנוכה, אינו זקוק להדליקם. If it extinguished by itself, unforeseen circumstances by itself, you will not seemingly have to relight it again. Yeah, so seemingly here I would look into that properly. Okay, I'll just read the ending, what it says here. Some poskim ruled that with Hanukkah lights that were lit on Friday afternoon and blew out soon afterwards, someone should rekindle them as long as the sun is not set, similarly to the Shabbat candles. The accepted halachic opinion, however, is that one does not need to rekindle them at all. The halacha is the same on Friday as it is for all other nights of Hanukkah. Okay, let's try and get through two more and then we'll call it a day. Okay, halacha chet now. We're talking about leaving the electric lights on Shabbat. מנהגנו פשוט שאין מקפידים לכבות את החשמל לפני הדלקת נרות של שבת ואין בזה חשש ברכה לבטלה. So friends, what's going on here? There's no need whatsoever to turn off the electric lights before one kindles the Shabbat lights over here. Although electric lights burn very brightly, one may still write the blessing over the designated Shabbat candles or oil lamps, even if those were, you have bright electric lights here. Okay, halacha tet. To be properly dressed for kindling the light, should you or shouldn't be? I think we all know the answer to that. Ra'ui lechatchila lilbosh bigdei Shabbat kodem adlaka. You should all be wearing your Shabbat clothes at the time of lighting candles. Ve'im azman metzumtzam v'yesh chashash she'im talbush bigdei Shabbat kodem adlaka ya'avor zman adlaka. If you're not dressed properly yet, and there's only a short period of time, and you need to light the candles, and if you're going to get dressed and do everything else, you're likely to miss on lighting on time. Tadlik v'achakach tilbash bigdei Shabbat. You should first light the candles and then put on the Shabbat clothes. Ve'isha nos'a hanoheget le'elech beita b'gilui sa'arot rosha tzricha lechasot harosh be'et bracha hanerot. Maybe it's saying that if someone is not accustomed to cover their hair inside the house and everything else, they should ideally be covering their hair when they're lighting the Shabbat candles. V'nachon linhog shelo li'elech gam b'bayit b'gilui rosh. The av shemika din mutar. How we should be strict on this matter. So ideally, someone should even be covering their house, covering their hair inside the house, not leaving it exposed in all circumstances. However, mikadin, it's mutar to not be covering yourself in the house. Obviously, if there's a stranger coming in, that's also different, but better to cover the hair for sure. Okay, now it's talking about topic of titles. If she is wearing someone that wears a shaitel, a wig, it says over here, it's asur for a woman to go out to the streets with the wig on. Mikol makom, but bait mutar. Apparently inside the house it's allowed according to this. So a woman wearing a shaitel over here is allowed to say the bracha while wearing the shaitel over here. You know, there's disagreements. What kind of wig someone can wear? Should they wear a wig or not, or cover their hair totally? It's all a topic of discussion itself. It's a good idea before you can light the Shabbat candles to actually give money to tzedakah before we light the candles over here. But so that's a very interesting thing. Let's see if we can continue with another halacha over here as before we conclude this session over here. We are already on Halacha number 10 over here. It's a women's privilege. Who is obligated to kindle the Shabbat lights? Is it the man that lights Shabbat candles or the woman? Over here. So let's see. No, I'm not sure if we're going to do this in today's session. We've already achieved quite a bit. You know what, friends? We're going to conclude it over here. We are up to a Halacha Yud in Siman 263, friends. And Bezrat Hashem, we will continue in the next session over here within regards to the topic. Wishing you all a fantastic day. And remember, this is Lilu Nishmat Rabbi Leo D's wife and the 2 daughters that were murdered during the time of Pesach. And let's just hope there's going to be safety here in Israel. Take care.